I will say though, this is a situation, we've seen some of these comps a lot in the LCK Cup, and teams would ban like Ezreal Xayah in the last two. He had the choice of Ezreal or Xayah in this situation, but I think taking an AD carry that has some defensive tools, the Xayah into Kai'Sa, I think it makes a lot of sense. Priority in that matchup, I think they're just not willing to opt in. Although I say that, Gideon just dropped the dragon, he's walking over. They're not trading, they refuse to.
As him and Showmaker are trading pretty effectively, but already the Yone is creating some leads, and Gideon will get the extra grub over the top of DK. Doesn't work out too badly. Some pretty, I guess, subdued play by DK early on in this game. As Hook is going to come on through, headbutt, gets Lehens out of there. Giu wanting to follow up as the Glacial Prison connects. A level 5 Alistar cannot do anything about the situation. Not immediately. Lehens and Kingen are moving up though. And there is an equalizer to be put down. There it goes. Calyx moving on in as Lucid throws down the ulti. That's trying to get rid of them as Beryl, now level 6, does have the ulti running. And the ultimate from Calyx is so good. Lucid just goes down and Beryl has absolutely nowhere to go. That's going to be 3 kills for Nongshim in this early game. They don't get the Drake, but who cares? Necessarily, or the leads in lane don't really translate here into these first objective fights as the flash comes out, but still the Glacial Prison comes through. Max range on the Hook as well, as Gideon is low, but Lucid's gonna be lower, and that looks like tilt to me, ladies and gentlemen. The flash forward, good knock up there as Lehens may trade. Beryl comes over. Could it actually be a kill? In response, the answer is yes, but I don't think it's worth it, ladies and gentlemen.
Cleanse and Featherstorm down, so I think Nongshim pretty happy with that, especially as they kept the ult for Lehens. That depth charge still available, gonna make it very uncomfortable for aiming. 2,000 gold lead for Nongshim.
And the problem in my mind is that I feel like Nongshim's composition still looks good later on into the game, as now Beryl finds a headbutt pole. Can we get a Rune Prison down? That's going to be the question, as the trample going to keep him in place. And so there goes the Kai'Sa. That's a second kill here for Dplus. Caught out in lane and not being able to quite find as much impact has been a problem, as now Beryl is going to discover Lehens and Gideon. Nice little double knock up here, but I just don't think it's going to be enough as he just gets held in place. Calyx is going to come on over with the extra damage. And yeah, he is just swept up and destroyed.
So what was that? You were saying about a gold lead between the mid laners?
Yeah.
Just that an extra kill on top,
well, that's a good old flash in from Lehens. Aiming, tries to get himself out of there, but a Glacial Prison in response.
Timing, it just came up this second. That was flawless. Gideon and Lehens. And adding Calyx to the mix, into the mix, and they're just finding so much success.
Yep, Lehens and Gideon, both of them 100% kill contribution. They're less dangerous on this Nautilus, but you can see still able to be a bodyguard for his mid laner and jungle. Giu going to come on over, and that is going to mean the Rift Herald does go down. I picked up, and Nongshim will see whether they just throw it down immediately.
I'm a little bit surprised.
Giu actually going to be walking towards aiming here. I don't know about that one. Does lose out on that trade, but the Rift Herald coming on through. That is going to be some driving by Lehens. He did get a license, I'm pretty sure, earlier on, sorry.
This is risky if he goes for this turret.
Well, he is going to go for the turret, so maybe that license needs to be revoked, as he's just thrown into 3 members of DK and put in the bouncy castle. He will be able to dredge line the wall. They're trying to give the kill over to aiming. That's why he's surviving for so long, and I believe aiming will be able to do so. Titan's Wrath coming on through there, as he does find the wall once again. Why? Do we need to use the ulti there? But that's fine, that's fine.
But also going for the second charge, very ambitious, and now it's just going to get traded back, so...
Oh, Realm Warp going to come on through here from Showmaker. Decides not to actually follow it, as the trading turrets will come on through. Down towards the Otacon, but remember, Nongshim's resistances are getting shredded here. Nice sidestep from Beryl, as they spot out what's going on. Knock up onto the cow. Let's see whether DK can actually make something happen here. Glacial Prison comes down as Lucid. I mean, it could have been a steal, but it isn't, as it's Gideon that locks that one up. Now Beryl gets a headbutt back onto Calyx. He's the target, and he's going to get wiped out. It's a decent equalizer, but no follow-up here on the side of Nongshim, as now they're running for the hills. Lehens in trouble as well, and oh no, Otacon, a tale as old as time. It does tend to just wipe teams out, doesn't it? Some petals now going on over to DK.
And this is 3rd dragon for Dplus as well. They should be able to pick this up. I think the really important thing is that it was the Ruinous Otacon, not the Voracious. You know, normally, if the Voracious gets secured, you're kind of like, oh, do we really want to take this fight? If it's Ruinous, it's like, absolutely, we want to secure all the petals. Items over the Dplus counterparts. But we do see Calyx starting the dragon.
Yeah, and it's going down extraordinarily quickly. Dplus could respond with a Baron attempt or something like that, as Lucid looking to come on over. He's not going to be able to steal this, so instead they're just voyeurs watching it as it goes down, threading the needle onto Showmaker there with the Glacial Prison. The Equalizer not really doing too much, no real engage here from Nongshim as in goes Lucid to look for his opportunity. Two-man Pulverize comes through as well as Lehens has to get out of there, and Nongshim are all split. Lehens goes down first, but Nongshim are now just trying to get themselves out. It's Calyx that has to ult, and the Realm Warp to deliver 4 members of DK forward. There is an attempted interrupt that doesn't quite work there onto Kingham with that blast cone as DK, they really want more to take this out of turret mid.
See, Nongshim, I think just give it up. But honestly, I think Dplus are kind of upset with how that panned out. You could see they were hunting for more.
That ward is going to spot everything that's going on, but even though DK could see the dragon going down, it didn't actually matter last time either, as all of them grouped up for this. And now the Baron completely out of vision. Hook going to connect here as the immediate turn from Nongshim, and they blow up Showmaker. Aiming is free hitting, trying to find the targets. So many flashes from Nongshim. And DK just can't quite find the fights they're looking for, but they have been able to kill some of these stragglers as Lehens finally comboed down, and Shiu getting the kill under the Nautilus once again. Now the knock up as Calyx looking for him, but he has to go back to that soul. So unable to actually complete the kill. Man, this is... all of these skirmishes feel like they're neck and neck.
So much so, just ebb and flow constantly of team trying to find that little advantage. Now looking for something here.
Yep, Calyx goes in and gets the knock up on aiming, and he's wiped out. The flame spinner value gigantic as well as Calyx back in amongst it once again. Lucid goes down, and there's a real fight win for Nongshim, and their reward will be a Baron.
When it comes to the battle of attrition, it's Nongshim who win out. The lack of ult on aiming and the fact he didn't end up using his flash does cost them massively.
And prior to that was one of his better champions, but Calyx piloting it incredibly well here today as the inner turret falls down, utilizing this Baron really effectively. 2.8k, the Red Bull Baron power play. Now it looks like it is actually just going to be a fight for this dragon. Lehens going to get knocked up. Beryl needs to wait for his cooldowns, and DK not overly committing to anything. Lucid tanking up the Void Seeker. Can they actually get the soul? That's going to be the question as Lucid gets into the pit, and he is going to be able to take it away. In the meantime, Void Prison onto Lehens, but Beryl may just be dead. He flashes away and gets into the Realm Warp. That was sick from the cow.
On top of that, Showmaker aiming, retain the summoners.
Whoa.
Over Lucid.
There's a big old ultimate as Calyx has gone in. Hasn't actually unbound the soul, and he just kills him. Never mind, he did. I didn't actually see the little spirit line, so that's just a dead Lucid, even with Showmaker watching.
Have any armor pen yet, and that Sejuani is tanky.
Oh yeah.
You know, I mean, a full rotation of abilities from Shiu or Showmaker aren't going to kill Gideon, and aiming doesn't have that armor pen yet, so maybe a little bit problematic.
3 minutes until the Elder is on the table.
I mean, one of the things is with the Ocean Soul, Dplus can kind of, you know, hang around in a neutral state for a while, just trying to get a little bit of poke down. The comps don't have that much poke, they are a bit short range though. Point is Dplus get an Elder.
Oh. This is a little dangerous. Glacial Prison comes in, but once again, not a lot of follow-up as Beryl in that front line is at 50%, but he's otherwise not too worried about it. The fight over Baron Vision continues. Lehens finds the anchor as there's a knock-up onto Gideon. He's actually taking a lot of damage here, but into the backline goes Calyx. Huge ulti from Lehens, but aiming with the Featherstorm. Shiu takes that as his opportunity to go in, but he's going to explode. He goes golden, and down goes aiming. It's Calyx once again who's the answer, and this time Showmaker actually has the arm guard, and Shiu! Is it finally his moment to get something done on this Aurora's Calyx? Between a rock and a hard place, as we like to say here in the LCK, but he's dodging a lot. The soul is unbound, but then removed from his body entirely.
I think Showmaker getting a lot of value there from the Seeker's Arm Guard, and now the team just goes straight onto the Baron. This is huge, a massive influx of gold.
And Lucid are in the area, the dragon has spawned, and Nongshim wasting no time. Kingan on a flank angle, and remember, this is Ocean Rift, so there are so many pockets of darkness on this map. Shiu discovered by a control ward, though he will be able to clear that one out as Beryl just providing the only target that Nongshim can look for. They have to give away their position as Calyx in this pit. Still just 1v1ing the dragon right now as Lucid's going to pop on in. Beryl just wanting to get Gideon out of there. Now Calyx finds the ulti onto 2 into that backline, is aiming, just trying to get rid of him. Calyx taking a lot of damage. Beryl gets a 3-man pole, and there goes the Elder. DK have done it! They found the angle. Lucid's able to take down the Yone, and Kingen, he's still scary, but as soon as he comes out of being golden, he is dead. And DK will find the ace, and this will be the end of the game. 38 minutes, Nongshim in control the whole time until they weren't.
They only got a gold lead at the end of the game. They've only just overtaken Nongshim, but they clutch the fight. Lucid finds the smite, and Dplus come out on top. What an error from Nongshim there. And ultimately, she was positioning. The fact that the Elder got low, you could see Calyx trying to stack up his Q on it, and it just got it too low too quickly. And at the end of the day, Lucid clutches those.
Yeah, and this is part of the big test for DK, because they have been the team that has just fallen over.
These were some of the best highlights from today's matchup. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.